Alright, who wants to cover some more TikTok conspiracy nonsense? Who wants to do that? Because that's what I'm in the mood to do. I'm in the mood to take a look at TikTok and be thoroughly disappointed. Just completely disappointed. But before we do that, let's maybe look at something that's definitely not going to be disappointing, because, well, I guess I'm an egotist, so seeing stuff like this makes me incredibly happy. But we have a fan art that has been submitted by Pernia, and honestly, it looks fucking fantastic. They said they drew this while watching me talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! For a very long time during a stream. I usually don't post fan art so much, so I was a bit hesitant to submit this. Never hesitate to submit fan art, or if it's not fan art, never hesitate to submit artwork into the general Your Artwork channels on my Discord. If you've got something that you made that you're proud of, we've got a place for you to drop it. Just show off your work. It's there for that. These places are there for that. And again, this work is fucking phenomenal. So, with that said, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and take a look at... I don't even know why I turned that off, because I have to go back here. The first little bit of conspiracy theory nonsense we have here. We'll just hit we're going to hit reload on this. Okay.
The word liquor is defined as alcoholic drink, especially distilled spirits.
Okay, liquor is... Wait, hold on. So liquor is distilled spirits, cool.
Spirit is the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character. Why do you...
Okay, this is a fun word game. I like this word game. So, liquor spirits. What are spirits? What's in liqueur? Vine pear. Let's take a look. Mouth does not track well when you say certain things. Yep. Give it time. We will always be working on this. What are spirits? The term spirits refers to a lot of things. The stuff you're not supposed to lose during hard times, something cheerleaders are professionally obsessed with, the beings you negotiate with after you've accidentally moved into a haunted house, and oh yes, the power packing, or bottles of power packing alcohol. What are alcoholic spirits, though? They're the brawniest. I almost said brawniest older brother of the alcohol family. All alcoholic beverages are made by fermenting some form of sugary brew into ethanol and CO2. Because yeast can only ferment so much, fewer alcohol levels become toxic to them. We have to distill or physically separate out the water to get higher alcohol concentrations. That's why spirits are differentiated in two ways. They're distilled, and they have higher average ABVs. They form around 20% to as high as 80 to 90% ABV. Most spirits fall somewhere much closer to the middle. So like vodka, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't drink. But of course, the term spirit, aka liquor, doesn't refer to everything you see in a liquor store besides wine and beer. For instance, you may see bottles with names like Fernet Branca, and a bunch of names that I don't care about because, again, I don't drink alcohol. They're all part of the colorful, intoxicating, extended spirits family, but they're not quite spirits because they've had things like sugar, herbs, or spices added to them and tend to have lower ABVs, alcoholic values. So, when you consider this, spirit does not mean the non-physical part of your body. It's literally referring to the alcoholic portion of alcohols. I know that sounds tautologist, but it's technically not here. It's the alcoholic part of alcoholic beverages. So, let's go back to the word game.
Why do you think they call liquor spirits? Liquor literally accesses the seat of your emotions and character. Why do you...
No. It's not called... Hold on. I just realized something. I just realized that this is not very loud at all. Opera, increase volume. So, no. Spirits, in the sense of alcohol that you're drinking, they don't access the seat of your emotional soul. Like, that's not how that works. This is more word game nonsense.
You think when certain people drink alcohol, it seems like they turn into a completely different person?
Because your inhibition goes down. Like, we actually know why. Your inhibition goes down largely and in part due to the fact that less blood is getting to your brain, causing you to feel intoxicated or lightheaded. This buzz you feel from that causes you to be more loose. Like, again, without being somebody who drinks alcohol or gets drunk, but having been around several people who do, and having a basic knowledge of how intoxication works, it's not accessing a deep part of your spirit. It's literally just making you lightheaded.
Liquor is able to take over the seat of emotion and character, allowing for darker energies to be present.
Oh, this is part 47? This is part 47 of a whole series? Going into why words are spells? Oh my god. Words are spells. Because it's another fucking pun. It's another fucking word game. When you say the letters in words, you're spelling them, therefore words are spells, I guess. But and this is part 47 of a long series. I'm not going into this whole fucking series. Jesus Christ. But this is the same thing that RR the God did the last time we covered him. Just played word games and then pretended that it meant something other than, well, a game.
Also can reveal a person's true self. The word alcohol is derived from the Arabic word alcohol. It has been said that the word
alcohol derives from al-ghul? Etymology of alcohol. Alcohol is from medieval Latin, or from the Arabic al-kul. The kol... Wait, the kol refers to powders. The kol refers to powders. A distilled or rectified spirit. This doesn't have anything to do with ghouls. How does it have anything to do with ghouls? Please, Oxford, help me. Control F. Ghoul. I don't see ghoul here. I don't see ghoul here at all. Where the fuck are you getting that from?
Ghoul is derived from kuhul. A ghoul is defined as an evil spirit or phantom, especially...
Okay. Etymology of ghoul, then. Ghoul is from the Arabic ghoul, not cool. There's a whole fucking Arabic word for this. Ghoul leads to ghoul in the late 18th century. Not cool. Coal meant powder. This ghoul derives from a completely different Arabic word. Jesus Christ, it's so fucking... Oh, that's a face. That is certainly a face that I have made. Okay. Higo faces aside.
One's supposed to rob graves and feed on dead bodies. In the Quran 37:47, Alcohol is referenced as a spirit or demon. Remember,
you're literally just saying these words sound similar. Therefore. Yeah, memory mode night. I literally just looked up the powder part of that. I looked up that. It referred to a black powder used as dark eye coloring cosmetic. Today the word coal still refers to makeup. Yeah, it's not referring to fucking ghouls. He's literally pulling this out of his ass. How's it going, DM Trey? We are looking at a conspiracy theory TikTok channel right now that apparently is arguing that alcohol means evil ghosts. But the wordplay he's using is literally like, it's wrong because we just looked up how the dictionary fucking works. Oh my Jeebus. Oh my Jeebus. Okay. Do we even have to continue with the video at this point? We've already debunked.
Alcohol and Alcohol are both Arabic. Alcohol is literally the spirit/demon. It's okay to have a drink every once in a while, but be careful to not let those spirits take over you. Follow for more.
Okay, so if the message of the video is basically don't overconsume alcohol because it might do bad things to you or might make you a bad person, cool, fine. I'm okay with that message. But this woo-woo bullshit to get there? No. There's no reason for the woo-woo bullshit. There's none. Okay. Let's look at another TikTok. This one's about the Big Bang Theory, and somebody actually posted this one on Twitter, so I don't have to deal with TikTok's website doing dumb things. By the way, if you have a TikTok, please follow me over there at Suris. I totally did a video of me dancing on top of my desk earlier. I don't know why that's relevant to anything that I do on my channel, but it's there.
Have y'all ever heard of the theory of general relativity? It's what Einstein is famous for. In his calculations, he started to realize that the universe was not eternal. It had a beginning. Now this leads us to the law of causality. Everything that came to be needs a cause.
Cosmological argument. This is just the cosmological argument. That's all this is. An argument from causation. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and crack this one wide open. So what we know about the universe is not that the universe is not that the universe has a beginning. What we know about the universe, at least as we know it, is that time has a beginning, but matter is eternal. Matter, what we learn about the Big Bang Theory is that all matter was comprised into a infinitely small, dense space. And then a t=0 event happened, of which we do not know yet. Wow, the face really does not track these things well. We're gonna do some quick maths. We're gonna fix that real quick. You guys are gonna see behind the veil for a minute. No expression settings. There we go. No more veil. No more behind the veil. Anyways. So, problem. If your theory is automatically going to assume that there was no matter, then you're not talking about the Big Bang Theory, because the Big Bang Theory assumes that all matter in the universe was comprised in an infinitely dense, dark place. And then a t=0 event happened, a t=0 event being that time began. t=0, what is t? Now, however much time has passed. Time is a measurement of change. A t=0 event, the beginning of time, which is a measurement of change, happens, and we have a rapid expansion. We have an initial inflation and a rapid expansion of that matter in that infinitely dense space. We can think of it conceptually as an explosion, hence we call it the Big Bang. Your argument seems to rely on there being no matter, meaning there needed to be a cause for something to be created already, which means you're starting from a position of straw-manning the Big Bang argument. If that is the case, then, like with the spelling argument, technically, I could go ahead and click off of your video right now, because, all things considered, we've already knocked out the relevant issue. If you are arguing against a straw man, then nothing that follows that straw man matters anymore. But we're going to click on anyway.
So Einstein clearly knew that if the universe had a beginning, it needed a cause. Let's go to the Big Bang Theory. There was no space.
No, there was space.
No time and no matter.
No, there was space and matter. Time was the thing that we didn't have. We didn't have time. Time was the relevant new thing. It was the insertion. Brea says cringes and slow roll cosmological inflation at the layperson's explanation. So, their explanation or my explanation? Because my explanation is very lay. It's very lay.
before the Big Bang. The universe emerged out of nothingness.
No, the Big Bang Theory does not say the universe emerged out of nothingness. It was already there. The state that it was in was completely different, however. It didn't have the elements that we have today. Those were forged in effectively star factories.
What does that mean? Since it's impossible for the universe to be able to create itself because it didn't exist in order to be able to create itself, nature and the universe itself was just a big effect that was caused by, what are we left with? An extremely powerful, extremely intelligent...
No, we're not. We are not left with that. So your explanation is serious, but only because I have to deal with that almost on a daily basis. Yeah, fair enough. It's a layperson's explanation. If somebody expects me to be an expert on cosmology, they can fuck off. I know you don't expect me to be an expert on cosmology. Cosmology? That's fucking apologetics. Cosmology. Evelyn, the Old Grey Wolf, says, and there can be no cause prior to time, because cause is particularly a function of time, if I'm not mistaken. So, no, the issue here comes down to an issue of infinite regress, right? Their argument seems to hinge not only on a misunderstanding of the Big Bang Theory, but also on arguing that an infinite regress is impossible. This is the first cause argument. The argument that there needed to be a first cause that led to everything. Much like with what they're about to say, which I believe is they're going to define it as God. That also Einstein believed in an eternal static universe until there was experimental evidence to the contrary. Oh boy, almost as if they're wrong. Wonder why that happened. Anyway, so I'm going to play their video because what I think is going to happen is they're going to try to say that it must have been God. I mean, they're on the extremely intelligent part, so they're assuming there was somebody there. And I'll underline some of the problems with this philosophically, not even scientifically, because that's not my wheelhouse.
Precise, given the precision that our universe was created with.
What? No, do not bring precision into this. The fine-tuning argument is equally bad. Okay, we'll have to talk about the fine-tuning argument, I guess. Holy shit. This is a cosmological argument, this is a first cause argument, and this is a fucking fine-tuning argument. I guess fine-tuning and first cause are both cosmological arguments. I need to sleep. Anyway, no, this is all kinds of wrong apologetics. Let's go.
With personal entity.
Wait, why does it have to be why does that have to be personal? What? Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. Why does the entity need to be personal? Okay, just continue.
That is capable of existing outside of time, space, and matter.
Oh boy, have I got an argument for you. But we'll get into that later.
That can't be nothing but God. And for people that are like, okay, well, how do you know that it's like Christianity's God? There's only one God. But there's a very famous astronomer named Robert Jastrow. His credentials as a scientist are impeccable. Being agnostic, he's not even a Christian. He said that all of the essential elements of the Big Bang Theory line up with biblical creation.
All right. And we've got another holy shit, so many fallacies. All right, so what fallacy do we have here first? This is an argument from authority. This is arguing that because a single famous astronomer who had credentials said a thing, that it must be true. That's an argument from authority. It is incredibly fallacious. People say wrong things all the time. People of authority say wrong things all the time. That does not automatically mean that this thing is evidentially true. Ontology cares not for your credentials. Right. Got that part out. Now, let's go into some of the other issues with this argument. Why must it be the Christian God? Your answer was, there's only one God. Well, there are multiple gods who have engaged in biblical creation. The God of the Quran, which most Christians will contend is not the God of the Bible, despite the fact that he basically is, has a very, very similar, if not purely identical creation story. And Christians will likely say that no, that's not their God. But besides that, if your argument is going to be there's one God and also one scientist said it, then neither of these arguments mean that ontologically it must be your God. Now, let's talk about the issues with first cause. First cause gets us not to the Christian God, but if we accept it, it's part of the Kalam cosmological argument as well. If we accept it, we get to deism, which would be an impersonal God. This is why I hold issue with the personal part of this. If we accept that the thing that caused the universe to exist the way that it is must be a god, the furthest we get is a deistic god, an impersonal deity that knows not that we exist, nor does it care. The fine-tuning argument doesn't work here because fine-tuning means that a universe must be fine-tuned for a purpose. You don't fine-tune an instrument and then say it's fine-tuned and it's fine. You're fine-tuning it for a particular sound. You could tune it for any sound, and it would sound potentially terrible depending on how you tune it. But you're tuning it for a particular sound. When you're tuning something, you are purpose-making it for, well, a purpose. My vocabulary is stunning, I'm sure. The fine-tuning argument basically says that the universe could not have come out via random chance because our universe is so fine-tuned for. Usually the argument argues that it's fine-tuned for life. Problem with that, our universe is not fine-tuned for life because when you factor in that not every galaxy and not every solar system has a Goldilocks zone in it, or a zone that can breed organic life, you come to some, I don't remember what the calculation is, but it's incredibly small, the amount of space in the universe that can actually hold life, that is hospitable for life. If the universe was made for anything, it was made for making black holes, or it was made for making fucking just wells of gravity, but it was not purpose-made for life. Because if I were purpose-making something for life, and I came up with a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent of the area that could actually host life as my end result, the last thing I would call myself is precise. Especially if I'm supposed to be an omnipotent deity, which means it's definitely within my power to create such a universe that is fine-tuned for life, that can hold more life. There's such an infinitesimal amount of our universe that can hold it, that I don't even expect that fucking matters here. Now, we have another problem. When they say the being must exist outside of the universe, we have a concept called the cosmos. So you have your solar system. This is our local group. Your solar system exists within a galaxy. Your galaxy exists within a universe. This is a very, very lay explanation. But your universe, which is all that we can perceive, theoretically exists in a cosmos, along with other universes. You can have you can have multiple universes within this cosmos. That automatically means that you do not necessarily need a god in heaven, and heaven to be your place outside. We already have the concept of the cosmos. It already covers that. Now, going even more forward, the first cause argument already has a defeater, and it's the problem of infinite regress. The problem of infinite regress states that the problem of infinite regress, theoretically, is that we cannot infinitely regress backwards. There has to be a starting point. But for there to have to be a starting point, that assumes that infinity is impossible. The existence of matter is very likely an argument that infinity is not only possible, but already exists. Matter can't be destroyed as far as we know. If matter can't be destroyed, then matter has existed for all of time and is therefore infinite. We can restructure matter, but we can't destroy it. So if we've already accepted that matter can exist infinitely, we've already accepted that infinity is perfectly possible as a concept. There's no reason that an infinite causal chain could not also be possible. And if you think that that's impossible, if you think that infinity is perfectly logical going forward, that we can have an infinite chain of causal events going forward, then you logically have to accept that we can have an infinite causal chain backwards. So, I also see, said, okay, theology, I'm out. Yeah, that's fair. So, when you take into consideration the fact that matter does exist, the fact that literally everything I brought up, I'm not going to state it all again, come to the conclusion that it must necessarily be the Christian God, especially if your argument's going to be that a random-ass scientist said it once. That does not meet a burden of proof for making me believe in a God. I'm sorry.
Because this is how God works. God speaks something, and then science runs to catch up with what he said.
Does it? You have to kind of demonstrate the God first. And based on the criterion you've submitted, you haven't.
Science doesn't create anything.
Well, yeah, it doesn't create anything, nor does it claim to. Why does that matter?
Science studies creation.
Science studies the world around us. Whether that world is created is up to you. When I say it's up to you, technically it's not. Ontologically, we do not know if the world is created. We do not know if the universe around us is creative. It's a giant question mark. And just like with what Einstein said, until the evidentiary burden of proof has been met on creation, I'm not going to fucking call it creation, outside of nomenclature. Just like I'll say what on God's green earth. That doesn't automatically assume I'm talking about God really existing ontologically. Has to be anything involving a rule presumes pre-existing rules about what has to be, which themselves would require a cause by that same fractured rationale. No matter how you slice it, you end with the same question.
Let me just answer a question that I always get. Who created God? What'd I say? I said everything with a beginning. Everything that came to be needs a cause. God didn't come to be. God is eternal.
All right, so this is actually an argument I'm okay with. Definitionally, God is an infinite being. God is eternal. So, yes, you don't have to have a what caused God argument. I actually have an old-ass video on my channel about, like, bad atheist arguments against God, and one of those arguments is the who made God argument, who caused God. If definitionally your God did not come to be, then he does not need a first cause. But again, that doesn't matter. There's plenty of other arguments you can have against an evidentiary God. You don't have to fallaciously attack the God based on definitions that it does not show. Definitions, like saying science doesn't create anything with that smug-ass face, science doesn't claim to. If your God claims to be eternal, then we'll go ahead and accept him on those merits. There are other merits on which we can debunk him.
God didn't come to be. God is eternal, the way a lot of people thought the universe was, until science disproved it.
Never.
Science did not disprove an eternal universe, though. Sarah the Kitsune, thank you very much for the follow. Science didn't disprove an eternal universe. Science showed that as far as we can tell, the universe, insofar as the universe is matter and space, has always existed. The matter has always been there. It has never not been there. That's what science shows. The one difference is the T=0 event.
So God doesn't need a cause or a creator. He is the cause. The universe is the effect. Don't just take my word for it. Go look into it for yourself. One more thing.
Do your own research is basically the thing that is said by every single fucking person who tries to argue any conspiracy point of any fucking kind. Go look it up for yourself. Go do your own research. Go do this. Not everybody is equipped to do research effectively. And when you are putting the burden on them to do the research for the claims that you made, you are not fulfilling your burden of proof. You make a claim, you bring the source.
Evidence is not a substitute for faith. Following God is...
Evidence is not a substitute for faith. I would say that faith is not a substitute for evidence. Evidence is infinitely more convincing to me than faith. Ms. Case, thank you very much for the Tier 1 subscription.
It's not a matter of evidence or proof. It's a matter of the will. You have to want to do it so you can have the peace that you're looking for. And if you don't want to make that choice, no amount of evidence is going to convince you to.
Okay, so You have to want to have faith to get faith. I don't know if this person knows how beliefs work, because beliefs are also not a matter of will. If you think beliefs are a matter of will, then I implore you, please will yourself into believing that Australia does not exist right now. And when you fail, hopefully I will have demonstrated by that point that no, you cannot will yourself into a belief. And honestly, I'm going to throw it out there as well. If you're going to make an argument, an evidentiary argument for the existence of God, and fail spectacularly, and then on the piggyback of that, say, the peace you've been looking for can be solved by God. You do not know what peace I'm looking for. You do not know my needs. Technically speaking, definitionally, your God does, but you don't know mine. So you making that statement means nothing to me. But it says, but Australia doesn't exist. Well, then the Earth is flat and I'm fucked. What the fuck is Australia, Suris? God damn it, my chat is now trolling me. Just like how my chat put me in this fucking maid outfit. Of course it would. Okay, so hopefully we have sufficiently, dear God, it's 31 minutes, we have sufficiently gone into all the reasons why that 2-minute video is filled with 20 minutes of bullshit. Hopefully. Now, do I think that the person in this particular video is a bad person? No. Do I think that they're spreading harmful beliefs? No, a belief in God is not harmful. Just merely believing in a deity does not make you a bad person. It doesn't mean you're a harmful person. But if you're gonna believe something, believe it on good evidence. Believe it on good argumentation. Believe it, I was gonna say on good faith, but that means something completely different here. The time to believe something is not when you have blind faith. Blind faith leads us into terrible fucking predicaments. Believe something for good reasons. Believe something for rational reasons. The reasons here, in my estimation, are not rational. They sound rational, but they aren't. Informal logic literally has a fallacy for half the things she said. But, with that said, hopefully you guys found that video somewhat informative. Hopefully. I would hope. Maybe. Potentially. Possibly. Let me know in the comment section below if you did. Let me know in the chat over on Twitter. Twitter? No. Twitch. Twitch, if you did. And let me know in any way, shape, or form you want. If you want to randomly tweet me at, SuraSkeptic on Twitter, and you can do that too. Or you can just follow me on TikTok. That's fine as well. I'm perfectly fine with that. But, all that said, if you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. Check the description. There are links in there. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.